Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. You know. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Demetrius Andrade will challenge WBA champion, and that's Jack CULCAY, March 11th in Germany. And that's the second home of Jack CULCAY. A lot of people said, oh, you're saying his name wrong. Sorry, I'm not a master linguist when it comes to names. But I'm looking forward to this fight. I like this for Demetrius Andrade. I've told you guys time and time again, I highly rate Demetrius Andrade just because if you know boxing, if you put prejudices and racism and favoritism and tribalism and all the isms aside, and you look at pure skill, line for line, bar for bar, he is amongst some of the most skilled fighters in boxing right now. Skill for skill, right? Now, obviously in boxing, that doesn't always equate to, there's a lot of people that are skilled or have certain trait, athleticism, but that doesn't mean they will beat everyone. Like, I think skill for skill, Zab Judah is very skilled, right? He has speed, he has power, southpaw, but that doesn't mean he wins all of his fights. So some things, sometimes in boxing, is also based on things like temperament, how you are and stuff. And I've had the privilege of watching Demetrius Andrade spar two different people in intervals, and he wasn't even, that was like almost for fun and to get some work in, because he's very good friends with Kareem Mayfield. Shout out to my dude, hard hitter. And he was sparring with Troy King. The video's up, and he hadn't even really started his Willie Nelson camp. That was like just to kind of get him in the swing of things or whatever. So he was already in shape for being that far out, and it was good work. They were having a good time. There's a portion that I didn't get to capture before I started filming and stuff like that. So it just shows a level of conditioning. I think he has the temperament, the mindset, and he's just a skilled fighter. That's all there is to it. The biggest downside with Andrade's career is how he's been handled as a fighter. I mean, to only have fought Vanes Martirosyan, Brian Rose, and maybe like one person in the span of like 3 or 4 years, it's not good, because although technical fighters can have a longer shelf life and they can kind of get back in the swing of things, ring rust can affect people. Even though Andrade's still at an age where it hasn't really affected him, because he had a pretty good sized layoff before the fight with Willie Nelson, and it was a dominant performance, multiple knockdowns, and then a 12th round stoppage of a guy who's taller, guy who has an amateur background, guy who's powerful, and that's Willie Nelson. So it didn't affect him in that fight, but overall it's still not, it's not beneficial to the fighter. There's more potential adverse effects being on the shelf and not getting under the bright lights actual fight experience than there are benefits. I mean, sometimes your body needs to recover, but fighting and it's that like scarce is not good. So bottom line, Andrade's a skilled fighter. I think he makes a strong argument to be the #1 person in the division, and the reason I say that is just because obviously I have to see him fight the Jermall Charlo, but I think he's moving up, or Jermell Charlo, Erislandy Lara rematch from the amateurs, and Canelo, but Canelo's moving up to 164. But we still have to see him fight that. But from an early projection, from what I've seen, he's definitely in the top talks of anybody in the division. You know what I mean? And I don't know betting odds, but he might be the favorite to beat most guys at 154. So highly skilled, and I'm just glad that he's getting an opportunity. It's a title shot, so that's good bargaining chips for his next fight. Obviously, the CULCAY doesn't have a big name in America, anything like that, but they have history. Andrade already beat Jack CULCAY in 2007. They were at like some kind of games to advance or whatever to the Olympics, and they met and they fought. And Jack CULCAY wants to show that he's improved and that he's a better fighter now, and he's the man now. So it's a chance for redemption and vengeance. So you always got to look at that. Nicholas Walters, he lost, and I believe it was the Olympic trials to Miguel Mariaga, and I think Mariaga might have beat him twice. But as pros, Nicholas Walters did good in that fight and beat Mariaga. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean anything. You know what I mean? Just because Erislandy Lara beat Demetrius Andrade as an amateur doesn't mean he would lose to him as a pro. Different things happen, you know what I mean? Because since that point, Erislandy Lara, he was getting his body ripped up to Canelo. He had 2 pretty tough fights with Vanes Martirosyan. He had a definite awkward fight with Carlos Molina. The Angulo fight was tough. So, you know what I mean? You got to factor in all that age, stuff like that. And being on the sideline, Andrade has been pretty preserved for the most part. He looks like I said, he stays in shape and stuff like that. So what you do in the amateurs is not necessarily a definite indication of what's to come in the pros, because sometimes people get better and things like that, and sometimes people regress. So we'll see what Jack CULCAY is talking about, if he's learned anything or if he has the skill to even beat Demetrius Andrade. But I like that little backstory. It's also for a WBA strap, so it's a title shot. And again, that just helps Andrade, because he can say like, okay, I'm back in the contention, and he should start moving in and becoming like mandatories for different guys at 154. You got a lot of good fights. Like there's another fight that I'm looking forward to. Jared Swift Hurd, shout out to my dude, and Tony Harrison. And the winner of that fight, I would love to see fight an Andrade, something like that. Or the Charlo Hatley winner versus Demetrius Andrade, Erislandy Lara, you know what I mean? So there's some great fights out there. And the biggest thing for Andrade is him and his promotional team, him and his team, to get him back moving where he's fighting frequently. And it's early in the year. March is only the 3rd month. It's my birthday month. Shout out to the Aries. I'm an Aries. Shout out to Pisces. And it's still early enough for him to make this his year. A lot of people say that, oh, 2017, brand new year, new me. But I mean, he has the opportunity to do that and fight frequently, or more frequently than he has in the last 3 or 4 years in this particular year, by fighting early this year. When he fought Willie Nelson, that was last year, and it was in the summertime. And the CULCAY fight was supposed to happen, I think, in like November, October, or something like that, and it fell apart the last minute. So he ended up fighting again one time in a whole year. So I think he's just too talented to be shelved. And from his training that you guys seen at the beginning, he looks like he's already in shape, and he's hungry. I like what he's been doing. He's been a lot more active on social media. He's been vocal again, because for a period of time he was like, Canelo, you's a bitch, and he was calling people Lada, he's just gonna run, and he was making headlines. And then he kind of like went into remission. We didn't really hear much from Demetrius Andrade, so I like that he's coming back strong. He crashed the Charlo after party or post-fight press conference and got on the mic and asked the question, when could we fight, to the Charlo brother after the victory over Julian J. Rock Williams. So I like that. These are all beneficial things from my perspective that Demetrius Andrade could do to get him back into the limelight, because to me, it's very apparent what boxing tries to do with certain fighters, and it always happens to be skillful guys. And 3 of them that I can think of are skillful, and they're all southpaws. Errol Spence Jr., Guillermo Rigondeaux, and Demetrius Andrade. You notice that? 3 skilled guys, 3 guys that look dangerous, 3 guys that have ability, and 3 guys that are southpaws. And the same thing happens when they're inactive or when they haven't fought the biggest of names. What do people use? Oh, he hasn't fought nobody. Oh, he doesn't put asses in the seats. So the best thing those guys can do is keep their foot on the throat of their opponents and keep moving up the ladder, keep working, keep active. So those excuses are gonna run real thin. Like, you You look at Kell Brook, he almost has to fight Errol Spence. He doesn't have to because it's his career, but if he doesn't, it's going to look extremely bad and awkward for his career. Like, people are going to perceive it as you ducked. You don't want to fight your mandatory all of a sudden. So guys like Rigondeaux, guys like Andrade, the best thing they could do is one by one start stripping away and eliminating the various excuses. And the biggest excuse that I've seen for Andrade is who is he fought, or nobody knows him, or he's inactive. So if he strips away that inactivity and gets more known from impressive performances, then they're not going to have shit to say, and they're going to have to see him, and he's going to have to get his opportunity. That's all I want. Whether he wins, loses, or draws, I just want these top level fighters, skilled fighters, and fighters who deserve to be where they're at and have worked to get where they're at to get their opportunity. And then it's up to them what they do with that opportunity. Andrade, CULCAY, rematch from the amateurs, March 11th in Germany. And I like the fact that Andrade is traveling too. You know what I mean? Sometimes diva demands and stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm not fighting him in his backyard. What if it goes to a decision? So that shows me Team Andrade is confident in being a road warrior like Kovalev. Kovalev, I'll fight Pascal in Canada twice. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm going to stop him. And that shows you something, that they're willing to fight on the road. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.